Hey, your heads up to this little 5-minute quickie, which lasts about 7 or 8 minutes. They always do, don't they? It's all about changing your emotions. You're in charge. How do you change from being down, sad, to a better emotion without thinking, oh, that's just too big a jump? I'll show you some wonderful, tiny steps. Baby steps for those who don't like the word baby steps, but they're tiny steps to feel the way you want to feel. And they just work. Have a listen.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Welcome to the 5-minute quickie, and I'm happy today. I feel good. But the thing is, if you don't feel happy today, maybe feel down. Or this one is for also, maybe in the future, because we all feel down sometimes. And we say to ourselves, oh, I wish I could be happy. I really wish I could be happy. I'm going to tell you, don't do that. Don't do that at all. Because if you do that, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it at all. Because, you see, it's too big a jump. Too big a jump. Yeah, too big a jump. Because, you see, imagine this. If you're trying to cross, it's a stream. It's a stream. Not a big river. It's a stream. But that stream is a little bit wider than you can jump. And that's like where you are now. Happiness is on the other side. And you're feeling down, maybe sad. And you think, I'm going to jump to the other side. And it's too big a jump. So what do you do? What do you do? I don't know. What are we going to do, Cluffy? What's happening there? And you say, what you're going to do is you're going to find some stepping stones. So you've got this feeling, or maybe in the future you have this feeling where you're not feeling so good. You're feeling a little down. And you go, I want to be happy. So you go, actually, what is a little step, a little movement between sadness, feeling down, to happy? Now, maybe it's just boredom. Boredom's better than being sad, isn't it? But it's not happy. But I can go from feeling down to just a little bit of boredom. I can imagine being bored now. In fact, I'll be bored with a bit of sadness. But feeling bored, I can now go, oh yeah, I don't feel good. I just feel bored. But what's the next step? Maybe there's a step between boredom and happiness. I wonder what that could be. Or maybe it's something like, I don't know, just feeling comfortable with yourself. It's not a plus, it's not a negative. I just feel comfortable in my own body. You see, I can do that from boredom. I can just feel comfortable. That's all it is. Now, when I'm comfortable, now I can begin to think of times when I was not ecstatically happy, but I was just happy in myself. And that's maybe where you want to be. Just happy with yourself. And when you're happy with yourself, I can imagine a time now. Imagine a time when you were just happy with yourself. Can you imagine that? Okay. Well, just imagine what you saw. What did you see back then? If you were looking through your own eyes, what did you feel? Well, before you go to feeling, what did you hear? If you were listening through your own ears back then, what did you hear? And now through what you saw and what you heard back then, how did you feel? And feel that feeling. Feeling, yeah, I'm just happy with myself. Now, the thing is, you could probably just stay there for a little while. And that's so much better than it was just a few moments ago. Because you've moved from down, sadness, to boredom, to feeling okay myself. And now I'm just sort of happy with myself. And stay there for a little bit. Just be happy in yourself. And then you can move forward. So what have we done? This is just a little recap. So you can follow it each time. And it takes just a few moments. I'm feeling down. Or maybe in the future, when I do feel down, I know what to do. I'm not going to try to jump into or jump over that wide stream, because I'm just going to get wet and I'm going to feel even worse. There's nothing like feeling down and wet. So just imagine an interim state, maybe two. I like two at least. One to get away and then one to move forward from. So you think of that interim state, maybe just boredom, something like boredom. And then feeling comfortable. And then feeling happy with myself. And then if I want to, I can move from there to any state I think is the most appropriate. Now, isn't that a brilliant thing to do? And it's so simple. And what do we say here at Personal Development Unplugged? Albert Einstein, in simplicity, there is genius. And in that genius, those small steps, don't like being called baby steps, do we? But they are baby steps. They're tiny little steps. But with those tiny little increments, you may not notice a big difference with that first step or the second. But when you look back from the third, you go, I was feeling really bad. I was feeling down back then. And you can see in your voice now, you're talking in the past tense. It was back then. But now I'm. And then from this state, this like happy with myself, you're in a state where you can decide how you want to feel. And that's what it's all about. I'm going to point to the camera now. You feel and decide how you want to feel. Because you drive your own bus. You're the driver. You're not the passenger and someone else driving your emotions. No, you're in charge. You take responsibility for you and your emotions. And when you do, life just gets that little bit easier. And that's what we want, doesn't it? Because when it's a little bit easier, we can get to the next step. And when you get to the next step, you can get to the next step. Because everything is just a little bit. Because those little steps suddenly grow exponentially. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope if you do feel, I don't hope if you do feel down, but if you do feel down, you use these steps and you'll notice how big a difference it makes just by using small steps. And if you're having trouble with that, let me know. Wouldn't it be a lovely thing to do as a hypnosis project? Maybe. Let me know. How do you let me know? No, it isn't. It's feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. Give me an email and we'll do something for you. If it's finding it a little difficult, maybe I'll do a longer podcast on this, how we can just change our emotions. I'll spend a little bit more time thinking how we can really get those final little steps so you can change any state to any state, any emotion to any emotion. Wouldn't that be brilliant? I think it would. It would be brilliant. And that's what we're going to do. So do that. And if you want some hypnosis anyway, always go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast and you've got 60 plus hypnosis and NLP processes. So have more fun than you can stand, my friend. Enjoy. And just know you are in charge. So go fly into wonderful emotions.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.